Do, 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 do. Do what to do. Okay. All right. Oh, hallelujah. All right. So I think everything's working now. Things were a little borked. Thank you for your patience. Um, One of the advantages of having the scheduled stream is that the duckmen can harass me in chat before I even get started. So that's kind of nice, I guess. The downside though is the UI is a bit more complicated for me to use, so it brings up some other issues as we've seen here. So I'm just gonna operate, assume that it's working. Sarah says that you can see and hear me now, so that's good. That's progress, and we're gonna keep on rolling. Let's see. I'm gonna position stuff so I can see what's going on in chat. All right, so I wanted to check out the Ironclad video. At the start here, he makes a joke about Drake and Kendrick Lamar. I don't listen to rap, so joke went totally over my head. Apparently, it's a big deal. I should probably educate myself on it. People keep talking about it in my friend circles, but
it's part 2 of our Invictus Launch Week coverage, as we look beyond the event to the new offering being unveiled at this year's Drake DefenseCon, the far superior brand excluded from the usual Invictus festivities because it's too damn cool. I said it, and I'm tired of pretending it's not true. Drake for life.
And
these sentiments were recorded in April before that rap beef stuff, and Disco would like it known that K. Dot is king. Hashtag Westside. Also, that David is the best. Woohoo! Now we resume the program.
Let's force John Crew to talk about it now.
So in the Star Citizen universe, we have a lot of cargo ships, but they're sort of concentrated around the lower end of cargo hauling, sort of the low hundreds, SCU and below, and the very high end where there's multi-thousands. There's a mix of cargo ships which have their cargo on the inside, ones on the outside like the Hull series, and we really wanted to bring something different where it sort of sits right in the middle. It's a nice progression step and facilitates both internal and external loading of cargo, which is where the Drake Ironclad comes in.
When I see the Ironclad, and this is not a real review or impressions video because I have already seen this video before, but when I see the Ironclad, it makes me think that this is a proper pirate ship. We've been using the Caterpillar as basically that for a while.
So the Drake Ironclad is the kind of next step up for Drake cargo ships. It kind of builds on what the Caterpillar brings, but in a much larger form.
It's like Chrome is peaking, so I'm just
The Drake Ironclad is a 6-person multi-crew armored freighter. A large proportion of the ship is dedicated to the cargo bay at the front of it, which has both a front ramp for loading and unloading cargo and small vehicles on the ground, as well as a retractable roof.
And
for doing
these new motion graphics are pretty cool, but don't let that fool you into thinking that this thing is anywhere close to a release date.
When you're out in deep space and you're trying to quickly move
it's the Caterpillar
from one person's ship into your ship, really you want as much kind of access to be able to do that as you possibly can. So by having this kind of much larger open...
Okay, see, this is the view I want to catch. This to me just screams pirate ship, right? You've got the access to the top, that big door there, and that opens up, and then you see the cargo inside. I think this is a really successful design for Drake, because Drake is kind of known as being that pirate brand. And so from an aesthetics point, I think that this nails it. Time will tell if the interior holds up to how good the exterior looks, but with the gangways and walkways that we see all dotted all around this thing, this just screams pirate ship to me, which is exactly what we want for a Drake ship.
Depending on top of the ship, it allows us to kind of bring cargo in much easier.
So its role being a sort of armoured freighter comes from two distinct ways. One, the cargo itself is more protected. It's within the cargo bay that has the armoured roof section that covers it. So unlike, say, a Hull C where the cargo's on the outside, you can load it from the outside but then protect it with the ironclad.
Of course, for that to mean anything, we do need armor to actually exist in the game.
So it kind of gives a little bit more security to your kind of precious cargo.
The exterior, very classic Drake brutish styling, a whole lot of engines and a lot of framework and quite thin structural elements support the rest of the ship. Very bare bones styling. It doesn't have lots of nice padding. It's all there and exposed, and it's really just sort of rugged and to the point. So the ironclad is really three distinct areas. You have all the accommodation in the rear sort of third of the ship. The front 2/3 is really just this cargo bay with the front entrance and the retractable roof. And then you have the command module, which has seats for the crew, plus a few little jump seats for everyone else. Command module is there to steer the ship when it's attached.
And, Kate, obviously this is a concept, so they don't really talk too much about anything going on. I look at this, and it does raise a few questions to me. I think, if you can see where my arrow is, I think this is a tractor beam. And I think this is as well, which would make sense because they overlook the cargo area. What this part does, no idea. We've got these structural elements on either side. There's potentially a door here, so maybe it's for loading like a ground vehicle. I don't know, but and then it looks like these are some lighting elements here, which again would make sense. This overlooks the cargo area, so when this door is open, you want this to be well lit. You don't want any OSHA violations from not having adequate lighting in your workspace. You know, even though it is Drake and they arguably don't care about their pilots. As far as concept art, I guess it's doing its job perfectly well. It's getting me to ask questions, right? But yeah, I'm curious to see what this is. I don't think they ever talk about that.
And the command module serves as the escape pod as well. The only time you really want to detach it is in an emergency. It's not designed to be your sort of primary ship flying around.
It kind of gives you a little bit
of course you are, Slog.
If you're
no doubt about
stuff
that.
It's quite valuable, quite sought after in maybe some of our less desirable systems. What it allows you to do is
hopefully they'll show like an overview of like the map inside. That'll
you're getting
hopefully that gives us a better idea.
If you want to save yourself, you can kind of jettison your cargo and try and get out of Dodge and kind of get out to safety. And
so the thing that's gonna really suck about being part of the crew on a Drake Ironclad is the pilot and the captain are already in the command module. What are the chances that they wait for the whole crew to get onto that command module to escape together? No shot. You're gonna die with the rest of the cargo. I mean, I know I'm not waiting for anybody to get to my escape pod. I'm gonna make sure I live.
I think that's like a really important thing as we get closer to Death of a Spaceman.
With some of the recent tech that's come online, this brought us one step closer to implementing command modules properly. So not only will you see this detachable command module feature on the Ironclad, but as well it will happen on the Caterpillar.
Interior-wise, you've kind of got two entrances onto the ship. You can either enter via the command module, and that takes you straight into a kind of corridor section. It's kind of like almost like a mezzanine. You can either go up to the habitation area, which is top floor of the ship, gives you like super nice views out both the kind of cargo out the front and the rear of the ship, or you can kind of come down the ship into the main habitation area.
You're going down with the ship?
You can enter through the dock and collar airlock, which is on the opposite side of the ship. At the rear of the interior of the ship, we've kind of got the heart of the engines. It's the big kind of engineering area where we've got all of the kind of main functional components needed for moving such a large ship. And then if you kind of come slightly further forward, got we call it the kind of like the command deck. It's not a bridge, you can't fly the ship from it, but it's where you operate the tractor beams.
Oh, okay. This is the spot we were just talking about, right? So this is probably the command deck. Yeah, going down with the little ship. Yeah, I mean, you technically are going down with the ship if you take the ship down into the atmosphere, right? I mean, are we talking altitude or are we talking a moral superiority?
It's where it kind of gives you good views out over the front and into space. You've got the tractor beam turrets, but also...
Okay, so if that's the command deck, now I want to see
in this area or sit in this area and
the exterior view again.
Over the front and over the bow of the ship and kind of really see what you're trying to pull in or what you're trying to capture into your cargo hold. As we come downstairs, we've got a little kind of covered area at the rear of the cargo hold, and that...
So one thing that I really like about watching these newer videos about ships that aren't out yet is you can tell that they have a lot more experience in how the players are going to use the ship. The consideration that you have the Drake mules parked in their little garage over here, that's a nice little touch. You could skip this wall entirely and it doesn't really change the functionality of the ship, right? But the consideration in having a dedicated spot for putting a Drake mule, it tells you that they were thinking, all right, we've got this cargo moving forklift thing. How are we going to encourage players to use it? Because right now, doesn't serve as much a purpose, but when you have these bigger cargo ships, then it does start to make sense to incorporate them into the fleet. So I like seeing stuff like that. It gives me some hope that future ships are going to do a little better. Let's see, I think I got to take my microphone down a little bit too. I'm peeking. I'm filling that mule garage with Pico the Penguin stuffies. Well, I mean, different strokes for different folks. There's you got plenty of space for your Picos here. That's for sure.
That is where you can store a couple of small ground vehicles or some of your
and whale plushies,
vehicles and cargo around.
What's the name of the whale? It has a name, doesn't it?
And then you're into the main cargo hold of the ship, and this takes up the majority of the interior space, is this large cargo hold. One of the things that we were kind of really keen to do was give lots of different views and different angles down into this cargo hold. Again, as we're exploring slightly less lawful systems, we wanted to give the players as much opportunities as we can to kind of be safe aboard their own ship.
Yeah, so, you want to keep your Picos safe, right?
We've got these
Finley, that's right.
Run completely
Finley the storm wall
on the ship, and they give great view down into your cargo bay.
And I was watching Salty Mike's coverage of this too. If you want people to have cover here, you do need to have panels blocking bullets. Otherwise, you've got a pretty easy vantage point. Like this guy, he can definitely see people up here. I think it's highly possible that they didn't include the panels because this is very early concept work. But if they're talking about this being kind of an FPS arena on board the ship, that's something that they're going to have to add.
They also give that opportunity of if there's someone tries to board you via the cargo bay, it gives you some nice cover opportunities. And we've also got a few little windows that kind of look down into it as well.
Which, okay, they say windows. I would like to see a lot more of the windows on ships be something that you can move out of the way. You know, like a sliding window type deal. Because if we go back to that scene...
tries to board you via the cargo bay, it gives you some nice cover opportunities, and we've also got a few little windows.
Okay, I mean, great vantage point. Someone's trying to board you through that front ramp. You could take them out with your arrowhead sniper rifle super easily from here, right? So that all depends on this glass being something that you can move out of the way somehow. Otherwise, it's concealment. Well, otherwise it's cover that works for them too. You know, because there's concealment, there's cover. This isn't concealment, but it's cover because they can definitely see you and you can see them, but you can't interact with each other. Which isn't something that necessarily exists a lot in real life, because if you can see the enemy and they can see you, there's very few situations where you can't shoot each other. I mean, maybe if you're in an armored car, I guess, but video game glass, that's something else. It's got plot armor built in. This reminds me of one of the X Rebirth ships. I'll be honest, I've never played X Rebirth.
As you move to the kind of like the
That's
very
the one
front,
with
very
the
nose of the ship, those
green alien advertisements, right?
lead into kind of secure cargo area. It's somewhere that's a little bit more difficult to get to when you kind of enter the ship.
And I like this concept of having a cordoned off area for your high value commodities. Knowing the volume of drugs that we trade in the verse right now, there's no way that this is enough space for you, but here's hoping for much more expensive commodities in the future. You know, if you're transporting weapons or fully assembled devices, you know, maybe that's what you keep here.
The big thing we were referencing when we were looking at it was this idea
something
of
similar with the Mercury Star
rooms.
Runner. It's like,
so these kind of
who's gonna
individual
take the time to
cages
put the
where you
drugs in
could
this
put your
tiny
most secure cargo, whatever it might be, in this area, and it would make it quite difficult to try and breach in or out of that area. So it gives us just somewhere a little bit more secure for kind of smaller cargo items. Finally, at the very front, we've got access.
Okay, here's the exterior view that we were looking for. So the command module, or the command deck that they show, is right here. Command module is this breakaway section here, which maybe they want to consider giving those two separate names, because command module, command deck, that's going to get confusing. But so this is the overlook that we saw, and presumably the evidence locker is tucked in here. I guess it's possible that this is just structural support to kind of connect the larger, more engineering-focused part of the ship to the more cargo-focused part. You know, maybe it doesn't really serve a purpose, but I think they could do something cool with this shape here. I don't know, maybe even just adding a window for if the habitations are back there, maybe doing that.
To one of the main turrets and the tractor beam turret.
The biggest attraction for me with it is just the versatility of the cargo space. From a good citizen law standpoint, it is a cargo ship, but also that retractable roof and the tractor beams on board it give it some less cargo.
That showed something cool. Okay, so you've got this rail that it looks like the tractor beams can move along. Right now, the only thing that kind of does that is the tractor beam on the C1. It has like 2 positions that it can go to. And I talked about this in another video, but I'd really like to see them kind of expand on the user experience for tractor beams. I don't think that the control setup, and I'm doing all these hand motions. Y'all can't even see my hands. There we go. Now I can do all the talking with my hands that I would like to. Gantry cranes. Yeah, that's a better word for it. And so we've got these gantries going across. I would like to see them expand the keybinds and the UI so that you can actually have more granular control of objects when you're in one of these tractor beam seats. Because right now it's very difficult. You kind of just lob things in a straight line and hope that you find a grid where it lines up with. But if you haven't seen that video, you should definitely go check it out. I talked about what I would like to see as far as a control setup. I think it'd be a lot nicer. Aren't these also on the Galaxy cargo module? Yes, they are. Let's pull that up. Star Citizen Galaxy cargo And I just realized I should not be doing a Google search while it is on my main screen. I should do that off screen just in case there's any surprises. Yeah, so we've got similar kind of idea, gantry cranes to help move cargo around inside the galaxy. And you've got your command deck over here. Uh, it hurts me every time I see this page because I want my ship so bad.
Ship, but also that retractable roof and the tractor beams on board it give it some less legal opportunity. But also,
another thought that I had watching this, being Drake, it would be funnier if it was just a hook and chain system. That would be funny. But then you know what would happen? Yeah, they'd have to use that rope tech, which means that this ship would get delayed another 2 years so that they can use proper rope mechanics, and then they'd have to redesign all the cargo containers to have hook-on points. So let's just stick with Beam Citizen, all right? Let's keep it simple for CIG. But another thought that I have, okay, this is clearly a very large cargo area. Like, no doubt you can fit ships in here, and you could use this as a de facto hangar. Pocket carrier for your pirate ship type deal, right? But imagine going up and then smacking into these gantries. That's going to happen so many times, and I can't wait to see it. You'd wait 2 years for chains?
So that retractable roof and the tractor beams on board it give it some less legal opportunities for perhaps taking other people's cargo ships in space and on the ground. At the time of recording, we're also exploring a more military-themed variant of the Ironclad.
See, I know that they say that they have rope tech puzzles in Squadron 42, but I think anytime we try to branch out on a feature and try to add something into it, it inevitably adds a huge amount of time for CIG to bring that to fruition. I mean, I can already envision in my head the 2.1 rope refactor update, right? So maybe they have it working in a puzzle sense, but having it work with cargo grids and with these larger ships, and with the physics grids, and what's that thing that's called when it's like all the physics that happen inside the ship. That will be an intimidating ship to see going overhead. Probably more impressive than the Reclaimer. I think you're right there. Yeah, no doubt. I mean, it's a big shadow. The Reclaimer, for its size, it's a lot more skeletal in appearance. So it doesn't cast as much of a solid shadow as I think that this thing will. This will be like the entire sky goes dark when it's overhead.
Doesn't have the name yet, so
Object
we'll just
container,
call it the
yeah.
Drake.
Ironclad Assault.
Compared to the base ship, this has been developed to support ground assault
And that would be
operations.
terrifying.
It has
Seeing where
additional
these roll
turrets
up.
covering the upper and lower surfaces to provide more fire support. And the front section of the cargo area has been redesigned to enable our largest vehicles in game to be deployed from it, such as the tank. In addition, the cargo bay has been reduced in size to facilitate a onboard repair facility. So for those of you who want to have a journey in the cargo profession, traditionally you would start out in something, say like a Hull A. The next step up from there really is sort of into
I think it'd be pretty
Drake
tough for
Caterpillar
anything to
territory.
handle worse
So you're doing
than the Reclaimer.
roughly an 8 to 10 times jump in cargo capacity. From there, the Ironclad sits nicely between those smaller ships and the much larger bulk carriers such as the Hull C, and then ultimately you get to...
And do you think we could fit 2 to 4 ballistas in there, open up the top, and have a torpedo boat? I don't think you're going to fit 4 of them in there, but you can for sure fit 2. And I don't think you'd get 3 in there, Well, maybe if you had them side by side in a row, maybe you could get 3 in there like that. That would be pretty interesting. Because the ballista is a little more narrow than the Tonk. And when CIG plans out these layouts of, oh yeah, it can fit 4 tanks, you know, they're always being a little generous with the walk area around it. So I'm going to say maybe. I think it's possible, but we'll just have to wait and see.
Things like the whole DE and Kraken at the end of the cargo career.
You said Kraken.
Yes.
Was that a hint at anything?
Wow.
It's not a hint at anything. But the,
no way.
Making the Ironclad makes the Kraken easier.
So building out the Ironclad does, of course, kind of help us with building out the Kraken. I think increasing that visual library of assets that we can pull from and use in a Drake manufacturer at the right scale is super valuable for when we move on to the larger ships.
Drake Hammer dead. I like that. That's a good idea.
Of course, in non-Drake related news, players in this year's event probably...
So that's kind of the part I wanted to focus on. We know that they've been doing some work on the Polaris. We've seen that in the game now. I don't know. It's not as interesting to me as the Ironclad. But let's start up the game, right? Let me see. I also need to check my note sheet. So we did the Ironclad video. And I was going to do AI search results for Star Citizen, but I think Google actually turned off the AI search result suggestions because it has not been going well for them. I was watching a video from Upper Echelon Gaming, who, if you guys don't watch him, you definitely should, because his stuff is great. But I mean, there's reports of Google suggesting that you add Elmer's glue to your pizza. And in order to prevent your cheese from sliding off. Google suggests that you eat Death Angel mushrooms. And so, yeah, it's not a good time to work at Google. AI is going all over the place. Now, the thing is we say AI, but it's not really AI, right? Because AI would mean that it's intelligent. It's an artificial intelligence. But what we really have is essentially a fancy compiler. It takes information that already exists and then recompiles it into a readable format to then pretend as though it's presenting this information to you. But that's not actually what's happening. It doesn't interpret the information. It doesn't rank it or judge it. It's just sticking it back out. But Elmer's is edible. We all learned that in elementary. Yeah, and you can make yourself a second skin with it, too. You know, it puts the lotion on its skin or it gets the hose again. You can just make yourself a body out of Elmer's glue. Yeah, everything that we have now, it's not actually intelligent like people think. And I think that that's one of the main dangers is people are using it with the assumption that it has considered the information that it's giving them, and it really hasn't. It's just basically done a Google search and then spat out the top 5 results in a sentence format. So, lesson being, if you're asking Google anything that could potentially harm your health if it gives you the wrong answer, don't trust the AI results. That's a good way to end up not in my stream again. Who knows? Maybe it's pretending. Maybe, right? It could be psyching us all out. Maybe it's actually Skynet level intelligence, and it's actually just doing experiments on us to see how far it can push the envelope. Maybe it's already, maybe Google has already lost control of their experiments, and so they have no shot of telling us the truth because it's already out of their hands. Universal greeting in video games. Single teabag. So, we are back in Orison because in my last play session, a Hurston guard decided to put his face in front of my bullets. So I went to prison, and then I got out of prison, and now I'm back here. And I've lost all my cool armor, so we're wearing a hodgepodge of the dust-up helmet, which I do think is cool, and the Errol armor that you can get in the cargo center. So we're gonna have to kit it back out. Oh no! I missed the tram! That reminds me of a certain movie. Well, I mean it should, right? I did say Skynet. How about your thoughts on the Mark I Hornet situation? You mean the fact that they're taking it off the market? Is that what you're talking about? I think my thoughts are the Mark II is the redesign that the Hornet was always going to get, but the Hornet is such an iconic ship for Star Citizen
the
that it became
is approaching the station.
It became less and less of a good idea to replace it entirely. People have very strong feelings about their Mark I Hornets.
Last call for passengers. The shuttle is preparing to depart.
And so I think that I think basically they did the Mark II, and then it's like, well, we've got this older asset, the Mark I. What do we do with it to make room for Mark II? And so I think that that's kind of why they are taking it off the market, because in actuality, the Mark II is basically the Mark I, but with a visual update. As far as you know, the actual taking it off the market, I don't think it's actually gone forever. I think that it will be gone long enough that people want it again, and then they could very easily do a sale like, for a limited time only, the UEE has recommissioned some older ship hulls to be retrofitted with civilian technology for the general market. Right? Like, the sales pitch kind of writes itself. When it comes to whether or not things are ever truly gone, I have become a bit jaded in that aspect, and I don't think that it's actually gone. I think it's just gone for a while. That's the exact plot of iRobot. Oh, you mean that movie that Will Smith was in back when he was cool?
Last call for passengers. The shuttle is preparing.
I actually really liked Will Smith as an actor. I think he does a pretty good job. He kind of always plays the same character. It's like that with a lot of actors. Yep, but you could make the argument, because yes, the Mark II has substantially more DPS. You can make that argument, but is that more a factor of it being the updated version with master modes already considered? Or is that just, or is it because it is actually an evolution of the Hornet? So yeah, I think you could argue both directions there. How old is Will Smith? I think he's one of those guys that is deceptively old. Yeah, he's 55. Will Smith, 55, born September 25th, 1968. But a movie that I would really like to see Will Smith in is, hello, Lance, how you doing? I would really like to see a buddy cop film with Will Smith and Chris Rock. I think that would be hilarious.
Hi, welcome.
Will Smith is the grizzled veteran, Chris Rock is the rookie, and then
Welcome.
you try and make as many references with the script to The Slap. That would be the greatest thing. Alright, let's see. I gotta get to ArcCorp. What's a faster ship here? I mean, we were just talking about the Mark II. Let's pull this out.
To the following look. Please visit us again.
I'm not on Discord. That is a good point. I have Discord open, but I did not jump into a channel. There we go. Now I am in Discord. And Hangar 7. And newer players are never going to understand this. Oh shoot, I can't read. That's Hangar 6, not 7. What am I doing? Newer players are never going to understand the struggle that it used to be. Ducks again. I know from a psychology standpoint, the more I acknowledge the ducks, the more of a problem I make it for myself. Like, if I acknowledge the ducks, they're going to do more ducks. But on the flip side, it's a good thing because ducks are engagement, right? So, in one sense, I want as many ducks as possible. But on the other point, it makes my skin crawl every time I hear it. So, I'm torn between my guttural reaction and what I need to survive this economy. Either CIG didn't get sales they wanted or truly misunderstood balance. Retaliator will get size 3s on all turrets, and the Firebird will get double the missile payload and go to 40% EM reduction. Is that true on the 40% EM reduction? I thought that was a bug, that it had that, and so they were reducing that. I could have misread that myself. Oh, here's the F7A exclusive skin. I really like this. Like we're flying into Desert Storm.
Nice.
How you doing, Vader?
Doing all right. How are you?
I'm doing good. I am so glad it is the weekend. Today was kind of a mess at work. I was not a happy camper.
Aerospace. All systems online.
As you may remember, I work in a clinic, right? And they had me running
medical assistant.
Yeah. You are clear to launch. I serviced 29 patients today, which is that's a lot of people to poke.
That does sound like a lot of people.
I gotta lower Discord volume a bit. You are totally clipping. All right, give me another voice check.
Another voice check. I can do that.
All right. Yes, you can.
Take off.
Yes, I can.
I love the visual effects on the board.
Thank you, and please visit again.
Oh, I can't see you.
You can't see me on stream.
Your window is minimized. Now I can see.
Oh, okay. I think what happened is I turned off the game capture, so I'll go ahead and leave that on because it's probably taking longer or OBS to recognize what's happening.
Ah. Yeah.
I think you're actually on the server. Well, yeah, you are, Sarah. We were playing the other day. Oh, okay. So it's a bug that it's at 20% and they're increasing it to 40. So it is going to be a stealth missile, though.
Yeah. That could be a cool role to play. I was pretty skeptical about the Firebird at first, but then I used it, and it's fairly potent.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I kind of passed on it. I saw that it was the 2 size 3 guns, and I was like, man.
Got 2 size 3 ballistic repeaters.
Yeah, I mean, with ballistics, you can shred through anything now, right?
Yeah. And they're gimbaled.
Yeah. Well, because, I mean, everything's gimbaled now, right?
Is it?
Yeah, with master modes, everything is technically gimbaled, but my understanding is that the auto gimbal no longer works. Like, if you want
the
to
auto
gimbal
gimbal doesn't
something...
work anymore. But I actually was able to make pretty decent use out of the manual gimbaling on that. On the Firebird.
Yeah, I watched a video with Buzzcut Psycho, and he was kind of showing how he uses that. And it looks pretty cool. It's better than I initially gave it credit for.
Yeah. It's way better than it used to be.
I also think it's one of those things that it probably makes more sense if you're on mouse and keyboard, because I don't know how much it's going to help with sticks.
Yeah, it might not make much sense at all for sticks.
See, while we're flying through space, might as well get a cool pan shot of the Mark II.
Yeah. Well, I'm on your server. If you want to give me a group invite.
I can do that.
And I think Sero might be on this server as well.
All the paints look super nice on the Hornet Mark II. Well, I mean, it's kind of hard to have anything on the Hornet Mark II look bad, right? It's such a good looking ship. You'd have to intentionally try to make it look like dog water. And that's really saying something, because I do not actually like the look of the original Mark I.
Really?
Yeah, it feels too boxy to me. I'm not convinced that it would actually make sense as a spaceship. And the Mark II is still boxy, but it has a little bit more of an angular refinement to all those hard edges.
Yeah.
Where it feels like it would exist more likely.
Like it feels more like a viable design. Possibly.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw you post about that in the Discord, that the Saber paints work on all the variants. That's pretty cool. Nice little cool. Bonus to all the prior Saber owners.
We got clouds over Area 18 today.
See, I love clouds, but in Area 18 in particular, they really wig me out because I'm always worried that I'm going to smack one of those taller buildings.
They're close to the clouds.
Yeah.
They're so close.
I mean, they are beautiful. Don't get me wrong, but makes me nervous every time. Yeah, I'm actually going to find those pictures that Schlag posted in our Star Citizen chat. A lot of people talking about the Caterpillar. Gotta keep scrolling.
Yep. Great Caterpillar.
Yeah, what do you think of the Ironclad Vader?
It looks all right. It looks like it's filling a nice, a necessary role there. I don't really have a strong opinion about it. I'm not planning on flying it. I'm not looking forward to purchasing one.
Yeah, Schlog's already saying he's going to get both somehow. So,
I believe it.
You know he's a fan. Ooh, I don't think I had paid attention to this tan one before. That's a pretty nice look for the Saber. And this is very similar to the Gladius Valiant paint. That's pretty dope.
Schlag saying at least they added those sparkly lights above the spaceport. Very true.
Yes.
Area 18 has the hardest spaceport to find.
That it does. Okay, so we got a little bit of a gold accent on this one. This one's a lot more subtle, I feel like. The thing that does make me happy about the Saber variants accepting the same paint is it doesn't look like it was an afterthought. It looks like someone did take the time to make sure that the lines and colors match up with where they ought to be.
Yeah, it wasn't slapdash.
Yeah. Let's just say I'd rather haul cargo in a giant brick than the Hull C. Well, the Hull C is what, 2048 SCU? Let me check my math. Hull C cargo. Oh, 4,608. So I was off by 50%. The Ironclad, I'm guessing, is going to be around 1,200 SCU of cargo. So you're not going to be carrying near as much as the Hull C, but you still can clearly land on planets, which is a pretty big advantage over the Hull C. Especially with the game as it currently stands.
Being able to land on a planet is good.
Yeah.
That's an advantage.
Are you already at Area 18?
I am. I just got here.
Okay.
I'm at the airport, or at the spaceport.
That makes it easier to find.
It's probably going to be on the opposite side of the one you jump into. It says you're exactly 1 megameter away.
Yeah. Or am I 1 millimeter away? How can you tell?
Yeah, it could be 1 millimeter. I don't think it is, because then you would be in the elevator with me, but
Or
no, it is ambiguous.
I'd be in the elevator in you. I mean, 1 millimeter is 1 millimeter. That is not a big distance.
Right, yeah. I would have to be inside your ship.
Right now, a few good Inferno hits and spindles will fall off the hull. That is true. I mean, that's the whole idea with the armored freighter, right? That it's going to be a lot harder for pirates to just rip you off.
On the other hand, you can just rip off a couple of spindles, and then they got a full load of cargo, and they don't have to like trash your whole ship.
True.
That's like the survival mechanism for the whole sea and larger hulls, I think. That you can they can just shoot off like 50 SCU of cargo or 100 SCU of cargo, whatever.
So what you're saying is the Hull C is basically a sea slug.
Yeah, I'm saying it has a detachable tail. Okay.
Looks like someone left their landing gear in my hangar. That was nice of them. I wonder how much of that was intentional, though. Probably not a lot.
Probably not. Like Cero is landing. Who?
I didn't even check the website. What brands are on display today?
Anvil.
Oh, it's still Anvil?
I believe it is still Anvil.
Okay.
You already do one of these for Anvil Aerospace? Did you do one of these playthroughs for Anvil Aerospace?
Yeah. That actually kind of works out because it gives me an excuse to use the Mark II more.
Yeah. I've got some Aegis stuff that's about to time out.
Ooh, yeah. Mine's probably already gone.
Yeah. Well, I grabbed a couple of ships on their first day, and then a couple more right at the end of their second day.
Yeah, I was able to check out the first day, but then I've been so busy with work that I really haven't gotten to get on nearly as much as I would like to.
Yeah.
Real life responsibilities keeping me away from my passions.
Yeah. On real life responsibilities. Yeah, I was doing ship combat, so I just got the noob suit on.
Makes sense. Did you catch any of the SCL that came out today?
SCL?
Yeah, Star Citizen Live.
Oh no, I didn't.
Yeah, it was the gameplay feature team and they were talking about a lot of stuff with gameplay. One of them, though, was future evolutions of missions. So starting to blend the lines between ship combat and FPS. You know, maybe you start an FPS mission, but they take off in their ships, and now you have to pursue them in space. You know, a lot of cool ideas.
Yeah.
We are at the convention, Sero.
Yes, we're at the convention.
Take too much time to look at the stuff on display before the merchandise.
Okay. I get why there's a Hornet and a model Alley.
Why is there a cutlass?
Why is there a cutlass?
I mean, this whole event is about ignoring Drake's existence, right?
Yeah, I thought the Invictus guys did not like Drake.
That is a astute observation.
Must be some Drake guys that sneaked that in.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a carrot, but they're like, with the Indiana Jones, remember when he switches the golden idol?
Yeah.
Is that the first movie?
In Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah.
Chronologic, it was in our timeline. It was the first movie, but Temple of Doom is a prequel.
Is it? That's the one where his dad is.
No, that's one with his dad is The Last Crusade.
Oh, okay.
The Temple of Doom has the hot singer lady and Short Round.
Oh yeah, okay. I didn't realize that was a sequel.
It's a prequel.
Prequel, yes.
Yeah.
Huh. You learn more every day.
Obviously, the segment of The Last Crusade that has child Indiana Jones, that part is also like that's prequel-ish too, but it's just like the first 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I want to love the Hawk.
The Arrow or the Hawk?
The Hawk. Arrow too.
I mean, the Arrow's in a pretty good place right now.
It is, like, if you're good at flying light fighters.
Yeah.
Which I'm not.
The Hawk has those rocket pods, right?
No, the Hawk has a it's got non-lethal weaponry. And it's got some like disruption weapons, and it's got a pod for putting a single bounty in.
Yeah. What's the one that I'm thinking of that has the rocket pods?
That's the Mustang Delta, I believe.
Okay.
Mustang Delta has the rocket pods.
I mean, the Hawk looks really cool. It's got that going for it.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
It has one of the most complex transformations. This part back here is basically non-functional at the moment, right? Because we don't have the new bounty containers.
Yeah. Yeah, just like the ones in the Aegis Avenger Stalker and the Cutlass Blue. Oh, there's Cero.
Ahoy! I'm gonna pass on renting the Carrack because I have one.
We've already got one!
Yeah. So it's like, I might as well just pull that out. In fact, it's been a while since we did mercenary missions in the Carrack. Maybe it's time to break out that plan of attack again.
Maybe.
And I'm honestly a little disappointed that the F8 is not rentable here.
Yeah, it hasn't been for any of them.
But see, this time it does exist in game. Like, people are flying F8s today.
Yeah. Yeah.
So why can't we rent it now?
And you can't rent the Hornet, military Hornet 2.
Yeah. Yeah, that one too. That bugs me.
F7A Mark II. Although now it's a bit more clear that you can rent this and you can't rent that.
Yeah, they have them cordoned off a little better this time.
Yeah, now that they have the plaques.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean. And the Anvil Hurricane is kind of a very random design compared to the other Anvil ships. I feel like it kind of comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, it's clearly one of the first Anvil ships. I used the Valkyrie on some missions the other day. I love the Valkyrie now. I enjoyed it quite a bit.
It is a pretty good ship. We were using it to do some missions as a group yesterday too. It's got lots of space. It can fit the Nursa very easily.
Yep.
And so it's a pretty good competitor to a Connie as far as like the super daily driver. It's got pretty good armament, not as good pilot weaponry, but for
but with those deep capacitors, you know, I mean, sure, it's got a lot more time to kill, but you can get the kill.
Yeah.
It's got super deep capacitors. I love that.
So chat was asking me earlier if what I thought about them taking the F7C Mark 1 off the market, or all the Mark 1 variants, I guess. Do you think that the Mark 1 is truly gone?
I think it's truly gone.
Yeah, because they're saying that they're not going to be selling it in the pledge store or in the verse from here on.
I think it'll still exist as an outdated ship. It's like an obsolete ship.
Yeah.
You might see in some of the more fringe systems, you might see pirates or militias running with Mark 1 Hornets.
Okay. I mean that makes sense, right?
Right. And I think the in-universe explanation is going to be like, yeah, Anvil doesn't sell this anymore because it's completely outmoded with the Hornet Mark II. They don't even make them anymore. Like, I think you'll be able to find them.
Yeah, I agree with that to an extent. I think the part that I'm focusing more on, though, is, are they ever going to bring it back to the pledge store? And I think that I'm a bit more cynical in that I totally believe that they will at some point.
Right. Once it becomes the rare article.
Exactly, right? You know, they just need to let it build up some hype, like, and then they'll do a legacy ship sale, right?
Yeah.
Like, own a piece of history. The Hornet Mark 1 defended our skies For nearly 100 years, now you can own this valuable piece of the UEE legacy.
Oh man, they could totally pass that off as being completely in character for Anvil too.
Right? Alright, so we're, like I said, we're skipping the Carrick for now, or at least I am. Because I'm just going to go pull mine out. But I am going to have to make a stop at Arc L1 to replace the quantum drive. Because the one that it comes with by default is not good.
Leg spike.
Yeah, okay, you too, right?
Yeah.
I'm avoiding going downstairs. I know there's some ground vehicles there, but every time I've been there, there's like 100 NPCs waiting to just tank my FPS.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna pass on that part today.
Now let's see what they're gonna have tomorrow. Ooh. And I am falling through the planet.
He's gone. Goodbye, buddy.
Clip through the elevator.
I waited for you, Sarah. Did you notice that Sarah's wearing all this Ninetales gear? I think he's inviting us to gank him later tonight. Dressed in the garb of our enemy. Taking a big risk there.
It's a pretty cool shirt, though.
It is a pretty cool shirt. I've been trying to come up with a way of how do I make that tie in real life, because I think that would be one of the coolest things.
Well, that would be a great cosplay to wear to like CitizenCon or something.
Right? Oh. And it's on the more simple end of cosplay.
Yeah.
Wearing this big bulky armor all day.
Right. You're not dressing in ADP armor.
Yeah. All right, chat. That's your homework assignment. Find me a leather jacket that matches this aesthetic as closely as possible. That would be easily adapted to a Ninetales cosplay.
All right, looks like tomorrow Drake's event starts.
Yeah. And hopefully we'll get a lot more of a Q&A about the Ironclad. Ah, Sarah took his shirt off. He's now Hurston Security. Switched over. He's one of the good guys now.
Oh. Yeah.
He's still got a goatee though, which I think is reason enough to shoot him.
Clearly, he is the evil twin of the security guys.
He's shaking his head no at me. I mean, think about it, Sarah. What Disney character has a goatee that isn't trying to kill the main character's parents? I mean, Scar's got a goatee. Basically. Jafar has one too, doesn't he?
Yep.
And Gaston doesn't have a goatee, but he's got a chin that sticks out like one. all the weakest chins in Disney are the best people.
Ichabod Crane. The absolute weakest chin of them all. He's supposed to be the good guy, right?
I'll be honest. Okay. I do not know. I have not seen this one.
Legend of Sleepy Hollow.
Yeah. Huh. Well, I guess I'll have to add that to the watch list. This guy is running around looking at the ceiling.
I guess that's pretty deep cuts.
Yeah.
Disney. I just brought it up because his character design absolutely has the weakest chin possible.
Oh yeah, I looked it up, and you're not wrong there. He needs to start mewing. He needs to lock in.
Yeah. Love the Valkyrie, hate the UEC price and the fact that it can't carry a storm. Yeah, not being able to carry a storm is bad.
Hello, sir. Too. Can I help you? Yeah, this isn't our stop. I was just waiting for that guy to get off. Oh, lag spike again. Oh no, I took us to the wrong spot.
I'm almost at the spaceport.
Wait. Did I leave Sarah behind? Oh, that guy's gone now. I think I did leave Sarah behind. There's people like popping in and out of the elevators. I'm quite confused now.
Final boss of Star Citizen.
The elevators.
Elevators. Who's the elevators, Luke?
Sarah says he's glitching in limbo.
Well, do you want me to on your ship?
Sure. It's not like I don't have the space.
Yeah, is hangar 8?
7.
See that right? 7.
7. Are you dead, Sarah? Says he's back. Okay, looks like he's coming towards us. Vader, are you streaming at the moment?
I'm not.
Do you want to fly us on out of here towards Arc L1?
Sure.
And while you're doing that, I will give the tour of the ship. Here we have our cargo deck, which unfortunately suffers from being one of the first larger ships to be implemented. These doors hopefully will eventually open up on the side, but at the moment they do not. And the Carrack is a modular ship. It's intended to have 3 modules in the future. Right now it has 3 cargo modules, but each of these sections is supposed to be interchangeable. They're also supposed to be deployable, so you could potentially leave one on the ground as like a RV type scientific research area or whatever modules they come out with. Got our EVA suit lockers.
Well, I think I need you to call for takeoff.
Okay, I just hit the button. Did that do it?
It appears not to have done it.
Okay, I will do it through the app.
I think you have to be sitting in a pilot chair or the command chair or something at the command station.
I thought it still worked if you did it through the app.
Maybe you can try that.
But if it's not opening, I'll come to the. I'll come up there and do it.
No, I'm not seeing it open.
Okay, I'm on my way.
Love this ship, though.
Okay, so I'm sitting next to you. Yeah, go ahead and set your respawn point to the med bay here.
Oh, you.
We're gonna get down and dirty with some mercenary missions.
Okay, I'll do that right now.
I am hitting the right button, aren't I? Is it Alt N?
Yeah, it's Alt N for me.
Is it right Alt N or left Alt N?
Left Alt N.
Okay.
I heard it.
That took forever. Oh boy. I think a C2 is about to fall on us.
What's about to fall?
A C2.
Oh.
Someone apparently died up there. You might have enough space to kind of sneak under it. If you pitch up on the nose real hard.
Got a crime stat for that. That's just a crime stat one.
Are we stuck?
I think we're stuck.
Sweet.
I think this is what happened to the C2.
All right. Well, let's reconvene in a smaller ship.
Got lots of stuff on you. You might want to exit the menu right now.
True that. I'm going to do that. That is smarter. This would be one area where I do not want it to put me back into where I was before I left. Schlog, I'm just getting caught up with chat. The cargo duper, is that why that C2 is there? Is that what you're saying?
I think that's the implication, that somebody was duping cargo.
Now I understand why people are so upset about cargo duping.
Yeah.
There's no need to shove, homeboy. Do I need to push me around? So here we are, back in Area 18.
Again.
Yeah, again. Just barely made it. Now I'm stuck with this guy again. He's rude. He pushes people around. You should look into Discord. I've got Discord open. What's going on in the Discord? Oh. You know, the Carrick has seen better days. It's a little worse for wear right now.
Yeah, just a little bit.
All right, so trying to think. It probably makes the most sense to spawn the Carrick again at L1, because that's where I'm going to install the drive. For here, I just need literally anything to get me away from Area 18. In the spirit of Invictus Week, though, I'll take a anvil ship. So let's do the Gladiator.
Gladiator's a fine ship.
Yep. And that way I can say I flew the Gladiator, but I don't have to use it more than that.
Oh.
I feel like the Gladiator has kind of gotten ignored.
Yeah.
Arc L1. We're going to Arc L1. That's where they sell the second fastest drive for the Carrick. The first fastest drive is in Orison.
But this one's not as fuel hungry.
Yeah. So here we have the Gladiator, which looks like a Hornet if it's smacked into a wall. It's kind of got that bulldog look going for it. Is it Bulldog the one that I'm thinking of, or is it Pit Bulls? Which one's the one that has the flat face?
Oh, it's the Bulldog, the English Bulldog.
Yeah. And how does one get into here? Oh, yeah. I forgot that part.
Pretty mean turret.
It's interesting for sure. It's like a reverse birthing process to get into the ship.
Yeah. That was one of the most powerful turrets on a fighter before they made the Hurricane and the X-Wing. I mean...
The Scorpius.
Scorpius, definitely not an X-Wing.
Yeah. Nothing trademarked.
Right. Crosswing.
Yes, that's what it is.
Tier 3 leg injury. Okay.
Sounds like a skill issue there, Sarah. My legs are fine. You should really stand up for yourself. Okay. All right, I am gonna cut the Discord volume a bit. Let's see, where's ARC-L1? I'm getting just a little too much baby babble. Yeah. All good. I don't want to kick you out. It's just okay. Where's the marker? We still got the old quantum travel bugs. Still have to set the route a couple times. Oh, how far away are you, Sarah? He's saying it's 4:37 where he's at. That is indeed late. Okay, did it work that time? The cycle quantum drive. I'm stuck. All right, we'll route to something else, and maybe that'll refresh it. Let's route to Bajini. There we go. That one works. Schlag is another gladiator apologist. Says, "Booyah! This ship is so slept on. Sadly, CIG cut its HP in half." I mean, I gotta say, man, it is not my favorite design for a ship. Granted, you're not supposed to like every single ship in the verse. There's supposed to be designs that you're not a fan of, and the Gladiator is that for me. It really does not want me going to Arc L1. Honestly, if they added one small missile rack and upped the size of the original 4, all right, guys, what's the trick? How do I get to Arc L1? I mean, I can route to Walla probably. No, it won't let me route to Walla actually. Am I missing something obvious? Okay, definitely have enough fuel for that trip, so it wouldn't be that. Yeah, so I tried searching for it originally, and like I found the point. I can set the route there, but then it doesn't let me do the jump. So I mean, like, where's my marker? You know what I mean? It looks like Vader is there though. Let's. Okay, how do you cancel a route? Hmm. Okay, will it let me jump to... All right. Okay. There we go. Finally. I had to set my route to Vader, but I think this is going to work now. That took entirely too long though. Holy cow. And while we were flying that way, let me check my cheat sheet. So we checked out the expo, watched the Ironclad video. We can't do AI search results because I think Google turned them off.
Okay, I can't do push to talk because it doesn't do push to talk when the window is not in focus. And yeah, I was wondering why you weren't responding to any of the things I was saying, and then I realized it was probably because you weren't hearing them. And sure enough, that's what was going on.
Yeah, it got lonely all of a sudden. It's okay though.
I didn't mean to. That was not intentional on my part. Yeah.
It wasn't because I was being rude. At least there's that, right?
Right. It was not because I was being rude.
This guy Oddjob, he's such a snob. He just doesn't acknowledge my existence.
He's got a sponsor, and now he thinks he's better than all the rest of us. Yeah. Yeah, Sato, if you gotta go to bed, then you gotta go to bed. I mean, probably in Spain or something.
Yeah, don't ignore your health on our account.
Sure.
All right, Vader is 29 millimeters away.
Yeah. Hey Fiona, you wanna talk to Oddjob's audience for a bit? Yeah, I've got a.
Those are
there we go.
Notes. Holy cow!
Yeah, I've got an autistic 5-year-old now, and she makes the noises that she wants to make. Oh, Germany. I thought it would be Spain because your name is Cero, Spanish for zero. But
yeah. See, Germany
makes more sense. I think Spain is only like 6 hours off or something from us.
Is Germany the fatherland, and Russia's the motherland?
Yes.
Okay. Sprechen de Deutsch. That's all I know how to say.
Sprechen Sie Deutsch.
And I have no idea if I even said that right.
Oh.
I mean, Spanish, I got it covered, man, but
we do get more Spanish speakers than German speakers here in the Mountain West.
Oh, for sure.
Ich sprech Deutsch.
Ich sprech Deutsch.
Yeah, but you don't, so maybe you don't want to say that.
I mean, Sarah, he could have just told me some super foul phrase, and I probably would have said it. I mean, he is one of those duckmen. Who knows how trustworthy he really is?
Well, yeah, that was the response to your question. Yes.
Ah, okay. So was I right? Sprechen de Deutsch? That's like how you ask someone if they speak.
I think it's either Z or C. And I don't remember. Is it Sprech or Sprechen Sie Deutsch?
He's saying it's Sprech.
Yeah. There's a couple different kinds of.
Aha! Yeah, it is Sprechen. Ha! Oh. I'm just gonna start telling people I'm trilingual now. Actually, at this point it would be quadlingual because I already make the joke that I can code, so that's already a third language.
There you go. Yeah.
Just gotta update my dating profile.
Polyglot, right?
What?
At that point, you can just call yourself a polyglot, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's definitely gonna boost my Tinder profile a bit, right?
Does Latin count? Sure, yeah, of course. Why wouldn't it?
I mean, I speak Latin as much as anyone else does. Though I guess technically I do use a lot of medical terminology, so maybe that does count for something.
Greek. You probably speak more Greek than you do Latin.
Well, a lot of it is Latin based though. The medical vocabulary.
Is it?
Yeah.
I always thought the medical terminology was more Greek and law was more Latin. That's what I know.
Now you got me doubting myself. Medical terminology, Latin, Greek.
I'm to find the ugliest armor I can.
Well, that will not be hard at an R&R station.
Yeah.
Okay. It looks like you are, in fact, right. Clinical terminology is usually Greek origin. That's what Cora says.
I mean, maybe you use what little Latin is in them in medical terminology a lot more. I don't know.
Sarah says he just plans on living off the loot. Who says I'm going to let you take any? Let's see. I'm looking for where they sell the Q drive. It's going to be one of these stores. Where's the Platinum Bay? Here we are. And I am pretty sure it's the Blandin that I needed. Oof, that is an expensive drive. Holy cow.
Oh yeah, they are not cheap.
You know what? This guy, I don't like his attitude. He's telling me I need to leave his shop. I just paid him 140 grand. The nerve of this guy. You spend 6 figures and you're still not good enough to be in their presence. What in the Gucci Louis Vuitton is going on?
Thank you for paying his college tuition.
Yeah. Oh man, I was watching an article. That's a weird turn of phrase. I was watching a video talking about college tuition and college or student loans, and of course, it gave me a little mini panic attack because I've got lots of loans for my engineering degree, and I've not put much thought into how I'm going to pay it.
Right. I mean, it is an engineering degree, so hopefully you'll be able to do something useful that pays money.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like a doctorate in Latin, right?
Yeah.
Could certainly be worse. But that's a problem for future me to worry about. It's okay. No biggie. Looks like they actually have the dust up set, so I'm gonna swap out my mismatched set and get me all coordinated again.
Go. There we go. I am beautiful.
Is everything a different color?
Yes.
I knew you would go for that. Oh, look at the pretty baby. Got the pink, the orange. What color is that helmet? Is that classic white?
That was a classic white helmet. I need to get a helmet. That's right.
You got to swap it up.
Yeah. Okay. There we go.
Oh, and ammo. I can't do much murder if I don't have ammo.
There we go.
Oh, beautiful. I love the lime green. It really matches your face, I guess. The whole thing gets kind of a green cast.
Just gorgeous.
All right, so I got my FS9, so I'll buy ammo for that.
Okay.
And do they have any optics here? They've got the 2X.
It's a pretty good optic.
I like the holographics in Star Citizen. I'm a fan. And
yeah.
I already had one. Cool. All right. So someone's just leaving all these valuable multi-tools here. Whoa.
Yeah. Fine.
You just launched me.
Oh, I did?
Yeah, you ran into me and it bounced me back like 20 feet. Someone clipped that. That was funny.
Okay.
Oof. It's still going to be 9 minutes even if I expedite it. But I really want to use the carrot, though.
Well, wait at least 9 minutes before you expedite it, then.
Yeah, have it reduce the cost.
Yeah. No sense in paying the higher cost.
And, well, I can hold on to those for a while because I can just put those on the carrot once I've got that spawned in. I can buy some, what is it? Hemo. I was trying really hard not to say HemaQ. That's the name of the machine that we used to do the hematocrit. Is that right? Is it the
Sounds right to me.
Or is it a HemoQ? Oh, it's hemoglobin. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They're very similar though. You can use the hemoglobin test as a approximation for hematocrit.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like some armor, Sarah? I can drop some on the floor for you. I mean, Vader's already covered. He's got the whole rainbow.
Yep. I think we're good to go.
All right. So I did the math, and I think with the house cleanup project, we have taken away over 30 tons of debris so far.
Jeez.
Yeah. That is, like, every time I say it, I can't fathom that much stuff, right? But that's what the math says. It's got to be around there. That is wild to me.
Yeah.
You know, I've worked with nurses like this where they just don't actually want to help any of the patients. You should consult the terminal. Use the kiosk to check in.
You want to do something and then come back later?
We could. What do you have in mind?
I don't know. I was just thinking we could go do a mission and come back instead of just waiting here.
Well, the issue though, right now, at Arc L1, we don't have too many missions available, right?
No, it wouldn't be something right here. It would be something. It'd have to be something at ArcCorp.
Yeah, well, let's take the Hurricane out for a spin. That's a 2-seater. Do we have anything that's a 3-seater? That's like just a 3-seater instead of like way too big.
Let's see. Not a lot of 3-seaters, honestly.
Right?
Gladiator, Hawk, Hurricane, Valkyrie.
Sarah says he'll have to get off anyway, so we ought to just take the Hurricane.
All right.
Hangar 2. What are you talking about? Not very productive. We almost got out of the hangar with a carrot.
Almost, but not quite.
And I don't think I've actually done anything in the turret of a Hurricane. So do you want to fly us?
Yeah, I can do that.
There it is. There's the ducks. So it says canopy. How does one get into a Hurricane?
Get under it.
Ah, found it. You were right. This has the similar reverse berthing technique as the other ship.
Do you want to call for takeoff? Have to.
Do I need to be in the pilot seat again?
I don't think you need to be in the pilot seat. But we'll see.
Yeah, I'm trying all the things. There we go.
Here we go.
All right, had to go through that. Hey, Steltech, how you doing?
Sure you turn on the
turret. Yeah.
turret.
Looking for that button right now. I am doing fantastic. It's the weekend. It's Memorial Day weekend, so I've got extra time. Family's doing birthday dinner for my dad and I this week. So now that we made it through the weekdays, there's a lot to look forward to.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Okay, this is an issue. When I turn to the side, it doesn't move the turret. It like moves my head and then moves the turret. I think there's a setting that affects that.
Yeah.
How before I say anything negative, how much weight do you put into astrology, Steltech?
Yeah, happy birthday, man.
Thank you.
Gemini. I don't put much stock into astrology myself, but then again, I am a Scorpio. Space racism.
Yep, there it is. That's couldn't have said it better myself.
Are you gimbaled?
Am I gimbaled? What's the keybind for gimbal again? Isn't it G?
It's G when you're in the pilot seat. I don't know if it's the same when you're...
Seems like it is still G. It wouldn't be the gyro mode. I did switch that, but no, it's not.
Are you in free look mode?
I don't think so. I did an issue council report on this. Let me see if anyone found a workaround. But this was like long time ago. But I still get notifications that people keep updating that issue.
Okay.
With head tracking enabled, joystick controls only turret rotation. Okay.
Oh. Is it a head tracking?
Well, so they're saying that they had to turn it on in order to get to knock it off. So I guess I can try that.
I only know because anyone that cares about that stuff always pegs me as a Gemini. Nice.
Well, I am a Gemini, but I could not care less about astrology. I mean, okay, if I use my mouse, it's not as bad. If I use the mouse, then at least I can see the target indicator. So we'll just have to do this. It's been a while since I've done any real shooting with my mouse in Star Citizen.
Okay. I just got an LRT just to sort of break it in. I wasn't sure how how bad your issues would be.
I think it'll be usable with the mouse, so I think we'll be okay.
Okay. You pick up the...
Yeah, I got it.
All right.
Yeah, it's like it's acting like like free look is on, but I mean it's not this issue in the pilot seat, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, maybe it's an issue with the sticks or something.
Yeah. But there's still not a real solution from CIG on that original issue council thread, so I wonder if this is like a bug that has come back that they haven't resolved yet. It's a little odd seeing these gimbaled weapons move around the turret, though. And what's the keybind for precision mode?
I don't remember that. Ooh.
Okay. Turrets are working pretty good. I can see the gimbals doing their compensation. So Q made it a little better, Steltech, but didn't resolve it entirely. Dead.
Oh. Very nice.
Hurricane's a great ship.
Yeah.
It's not my favorite aesthetically, but it's very powerful.
Okay, I've got... let's see. MRTs and question mark RTs.
I think the question marks take you into a cave, don't they?
Yeah. Wreck site. Both of them, they're wreck sites. Maybe an MRT?
Okay. Sure.
Sharing. All right, same moon.
Sweet.
That happens a lot more on ArcCorp, I think. Because it's just Walla and Lyria.
That makes sense.
Whereas Hurston has like 4 moons and Hurston space.
All those
Hurston's airspace, where things can appear. Nothing can appear on ArcCorp's airspace.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that would be pretty dope though if you had bounties that you had to take on and avoid hitting buildings.
Oh, wouldn't it be?
Steltech is saying that you use the relative for when you're looking for a target, and then you use the absolute when you are on target.
I don't know about that.
That's gone.
Nice. Shoot. I'm sorry.
That's what I was doing.
I crashed into the ground. Oh dear.
We gonna make it? Nope.
Oh.
We're not. Sun's getting real low, isn't it?
Well.
Oh no, I think it's gonna send me back to Crusader.
Oh. Yeah, sending me back to Crusader as well. I'm sorry. That was me. That was a pilot error. I just drove us into it.
All good.
Didn't think it was that close.
Well, we still have plenty of ships to get around in. I'm sure we'll be able to skip any wait time. Though I am a little peeved that it happened immediately after getting all kitted out with my matchy armor. All right, noob suit it is. I'll have to. We'll just loot some guys in a bunker at some point. Does the noob suit count as a combat helmet? Does it still give you the dynamic crosshair?
I believe it does.
So they talked about on last week's SCL about having the Polaris in by IAE. Do you think they're going to pull any other surprises and perhaps?
I doubt it, but that would be nice.
Would be nice. I would be if they managed to pull that off. Their goal, though, was to have all the ships in CitizenCon out before the next CitizenCon, though, right?
I mean, what is a goal, really?
Well, for most people, it's something you try to stick to.
Yes.
For CIG,
goal.
it's words.
It's an ideal. There's always a chance.
What does chat think? Galaxy by end of the year or nah? One for yes. Well, I mean, there's so few of us. We can actually just. Oh, that hurts. That was Will's, wasn't it? It's got to be. That's his MO. Or was that actually you with the symbols there, Vader?
That was not me.
He's a sneaky one. He comes in and out of chat so quickly. Okay. Let's see that now. Got the hurricane.
Which, I mean, the Hurricane and the Gladiator are kind of the same ship almost. Like the Gladiator is just a missile variant. The light bomber. Yeah, it's got worse guns and way better missiles.
Yeah. Because it does size 5?
Yep, it's got 4 size 5 torpedoes.
For missile or torpedo?
Yep, that's the smallest they'll call it a torpedo.
Did we did take down the... We were just mopping up the stragglers.
Oh. No, we did not.
Okay. Let's see. I've got a Super Hornet. That's a 2-seater.
Yeah.
It's the only 2-seater that is worse as a 2-seater than it is as a single-seater.
I don't think that's true.
Because that's how it gives the passenger.
Yeah, but having somebody concentrate on gunnery does allow you to shoot when you're not quite pointed at your target. There you go.
There he disagrees with you.
Dad approves of me.
Must be true.
Yep.
True. I'm happy for Hornet. We just need something with 2 seats to get back to L. Hangar 6. Yeah, see, it's just not as good as the Mark II. Mark II looks so much better.
Yeah.
Pilot ladder.
Have to get in on the other side or anything?
I game side though.
Like the Scorpius?
Yeah. Have to wait for the animation to finish.
Co-pilot ladder. Oh, it's the same ladder.
Yeah. Anyways, just popped in for a bit and I'm gonna go now. At some leave all my thoughts in one big comment with you heard it here first. Wheels is going to watch the entire VOD and he's going to leave all of his comments in one continuous thread. If he doesn't do that, what should the punishment be? I would say must earn 1 million credits in game for the org, but Wills hasn't been able to.
Badger turrets.
So, but it's super. It's basically, it takes the exact same idea as a super cab truck in fighter form. And in fact, I wouldn't doubt it at all that that's where they got the idea. Adios, Wills. Thanks for hanging out. Okay. Holy cow. Did you just hear that, Vader?
No, what?
We're already at 75% hydrogen fuel. We just left the hangar. That's got to be a bug.
Feels like it, but I don't know. Some of these fighters just don't have a lot of... Oh.
We were flying for like 30 seconds, so you get 2 minutes of flight time. That's got to be a bug.
Feels like it, yeah. And do we have like a D grade bottom drive on this thing or something?
Probably. It's going to take a few minutes for sure.
What's the standard?
I don't know. Let's see what Urkel says.
Yeah. Start citizen.
It's probably something super slow. Let's see. We'd get there faster if you were riding my pulse. It's the EOS drive. 138 kilometers per second.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely on the slower end. It's not the worst.
Oh.
But far and away not the best either. Fastest it can take is the VK00, which butchers your max distance traveled.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a civilian, an A-rank civilian drive that has pretty good gas mileage.
Yeah, it can take the Atlas, which is slightly faster. You can cross all of Stanton with that one.
Yeah, Atlas is good.
Wow. There is not a lot of options that let you go faster. I mean, like, you can go marginally faster in the Atlas.
Yeah.
But,
you can go quite a bit faster than the VK00, just not very far.
Yeah. Let's see, what's the distance between Orison and ArcCorp? Isn't that about 20 gigameters?
Yeah. No, it's from Orison to ArcCorp is 30. We're at 20 gigameters now.
Okay.
Almost 40, like halfway there.
Isn't Atlas slow but max mileage? It's not the slowest, but it's
reasonably fast.
Yeah. Max mileage would be the light fire. And I mean, we won't even talk about that speed. 89,000 kilometers per second. That is rough.
Yeah, might as well just drive there in a tank.
Yeah, pretty much.
Might as well walk.
The Atlas seems like a pretty good balanced drive. Because, like, you're still going 81 gigameters, but at least you're going twice as fast as the light fire, almost. Voyage is probably where I would go, though, because that drops you down to 67, but it's still a little faster than the Atlas by 6,000 kilometers per second. You could almost go with the Rush, or the Burst. Well, I mean, as long as you're not going from Microtech to anywhere, the Burst would actually be pretty good. And that drops you down to 54 gigameters. But now you're up to 169,000 kilometers per second.
I feel like the Rush and the Burst need to be a lot faster with less gas mileage. Just because of their names.
There you go.
Why did you call this the Burst? It's not even close to the fastest.
Well, what if the Burst had insanely high speed, but only for the start of the trip?
That would work.
I mean, that is kind of something that they haven't really explored with quantum drives, but could be interesting, is where are their drives faster?
Yeah, having a drive with high acceleration versus one with a high top speed, changing those up.
Yeah. Or even in the different speed ranges, what if you had different so like maybe you reach your top speed in the burst quickly, so high acceleration, and for the first 10 gigameters it's a much higher speed, but past that it drops down to a much slower speed.
Yeah, it starts like picking up or something.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that could be a way to explain it too. Okay, I'm trying to remember. Steltech doesn't always go by Steltech. He has another name that he goes by in game and in my YouTube chat. I'm trying to remember what it is though. Because I know I've seen that praying mantis in my comment section a lot. Like all my memories are associated with that other name, so I'm not. I can't remember anything else.
I do like the new speed limits on your SCM mode versus your landing gear mode. Which, I mean, it's not really a mode, but
yeah, that is a setting you can turn off, but I am liking it as well. I think it's something that I'll probably just keep on.
Yeah.
Because I already use SCM gun mode as a speed brake. So it's like that's my secondary or tertiary speed brake. So I've seen McMoves, but I swear there was another one. Okay, I'm going to be a little bit of a diva right now. I want to go get my dust up set again. I want to look pretty. I thought it was something that had an S in the name.
I don't think you can buy dust up at this armor shop.
You can. This is where I got all those pieces before.
Oh.
Yeah, I was surprised too because I actually like the dust up set.
Guess I didn't notice it because I was looking for the gaudiest ones.
Mm-hmm.
I should have gotten this one. Oscar Mayer suit.
I wish I were an Oscar Mayer wiener.
I love how just all these models, they just have like random colors on.
Yeah, it's like the kindergartner is the one that dressed him, right?
Right. Two of them have like color schemes, and the other three are just slapped together.
Ooh, they got the Morozov helmet.
Nice.
I think I'll go with that one. And backpack. We desperately need more backpacks.
Oh yes. Yes, this game needs more backpack.
Let's see, and I'll kit out the weapons in the other terminal or the other shop. And this latest update with the FPS weapons has pushed me into liking the P4. I have to admit it.
Aha!
It's not a bad gun.
It isn't. I think it's better than the Gallant.
Oh, you did not just say that.
I did.
All right, now I'm buying the Gallant. Forget it. I was trying to meet you halfway, and then you turned it on me. They don't sell it here.
And the mandatory 3-round burst, I just can't do it.
But see, like, I love the 3-round burst guns. I cut my teeth in. Down. What?
It's not enough to take anybody down, though.
It's not on its own, but it's a very controllable gun. I mean, you just follow up with more bursts. But see, I cut my teeth in the original Modern Warfare 2. That was like the first FPS that I really played a lot of. And the FAMAS in that one was nasty.
Mm.
And that was a 3-round burst gun. All right.
I feel like it just takes too long between bursts to be good for me. No.
Sounds like a skill issue.
Sounds like a gun issue. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, but burst in real life is definitely kind of gimmicky. I know a lot of militaries initially wanted it for all of their enlistment rifles, but I don't think that's kept on. Because like the new M5, the Sig Spear, I don't think it has burst function.
Yeah.
Okay, I am ready. Let's go get this Carrick and cause some trouble with it.
Yeah.
As in, go harass people in bunkers. And let's see. I need to change its loadout before I spawn it, right?
That's correct. If it's still gleaming, then you'll need to rush it. And then change the loadout and then spawn it.
Yeah, we're good. We took enough time that it's here.
Okay.
So now we got the Belandon. Hangar 10. Yeah, I'm assuming it's desync. There we go. Now Vader's in the elevator with me.
Yep.
This is the biggest downside to the Carrick, is it's only got the one door.
Oh yeah.
So you're going on a hike anytime you want to get into this thing.
It's a beautiful access ramp.
Yeah. It's definitely one of the more impressive entrances. Oh, okay. I'll hit the button. We were just both standing there. And not that I don't trust your flight skills, Vader.
But
I think I'll fly this time.
Understandable.
Uh-oh. The ship did not start up for me.
Is it possible that we now have more raw on our power plant than it can handle?
I think it's just a bug. Because I haven't even started the ship up yet. How would we have too much?
But if there's too much demand for power, the ship just won't start. Like if the power plant can't supply everything with power.
Well, what do we have that's running?
Well, we changed out the quantum drive, right?
Yes.
The new quantum drive requires more power. Probably.
So, power plant. It has the Reliance. And according to this, with the Belandon, I mean, we're still about the same power requirements. Should have well in excess.
Okay. In that case, I'm not sure.
All right, I had this before, and I had to stow the ship and then pull it back out. I will do a mercenary mission tonight if it kills me.
In the Carrack.
In the Carrack. I mean, we didn't just do all this work for nothing, right?
Right.
Oh, I was trying to say that in global. Oops. Two people are talking about Quantanium. I think it's like a 2.5% distribution. Okay. Pull it out one more time.
Oh no. I saw it. Oh.
Yeah. My friend is streaming right now. That's him. Him right there. All right, which
10. Yep.
Just leave the door open for me.
Yep.
Okay, I'm here.
Greetings, peoples. Oh no, Voodoo Child's in the chat. He's gonna critique my landings. He's gonna make me nervous. Or let's see. Last time he was in chat, he was trying to distract me every time I landed so that I did a bad landing. It's not gonna work this time, man. I'm onto you. Okay. Sit in the seat. Give it a second to let the animation finish. Hit the button. We're good. Woo!
There it is. Ramp is being raised.
You still qualify those as landings? That is so hurtful, Voodoo Child. I am a great pilot.
Any landing that you can walk away from is a good landing.
Yeah.
And if you can use the ship again, it was a great landing.
Yeah. It's like everything's edible at least once, right?
Yes.
And you know what? This is how good a pilot I am. Check this out. See this? That's right. This is called spinning. And it is a fantastic trick.
A barrel roll.
Yeah. Truth hurts. You know what? Lies hurt too. Lies can be quite hurtful. Oh wait, I don't necessarily want to go to Lorville. I just want to go to Hurston. There we go. Obstructed. Well, it's probably because it's behind the station or something. It's kind of strange to be in SCM gun mode or have SCM gun mode for the Carrack.
All right, because the pilot doesn't guns.
Yep.
But it allows me to enter in remote turret.
Does it not let you unless I'm in SCM gun mode?
It kicks me out of a remote turret if when you enter any other mode. Well, missile mode, any other mode other than SCM mode.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, you can be in scan mode, you can be in missile mode, you can be in gun mode, but it's got to be one of those. It's got to be an SCM
modes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not true of the ball turrets.
Yeah, because those are physical locations, so it's not like it's gonna eject you out, right?
Right, it's just not gonna shoot.
One thing I did notice is if you watch yourself on the star map, you can see yourself moving a lot better in real time.
Oh yeah.
Like it would kind of work in the old map, but it would be pretty jumpy most of the time.
It was janky.
Yeah. And now you can actually watch yourself making that trip. Kind of cool. So the whole reason why I've been grinding reputation in the Hurston area is I'm really trying to unlock those distribution center missions. but I have had so much bad luck preventing me from getting to those upper levels. I've had 2 sessions so far, end with me getting sent to prison because a guard put his face in front of my bullets.
Oh no.
And, you know, that seems like the kind of thing that you would say skill issue to, but I mean, he desynced into my line of fire. How is that my fault? Someone just got taken out. They're salty in chat. Hope you guys enjoyed player killing to get nothing. Oh, Slenderman, ruining someone's experience is worth it.
That's funny.
Ads will run shortly for some viewers. I get that notification now because, you know, I'm one of the big wigs at YouTube. But it always kind of freaks me out because it's the same color and style as the notifications that tell me that my stream is dying or something, you know? So it's like, it draws my attention because those are the things I really need to pay attention to, right? Goes pretty great, Slooty. We are just getting to our first mercenary mission after all this time.
Hey, we did a mission before.
Yeah, but not a mercenary mission. That was
no, it was not a mercenary mission. It was a bounty hunter mission. And now I've got a crime stat. Why do I have a crime stat?
Oh. Yeah, well, I have a crime stat now too. Is it because I'm harboring a fugitive?
I don't know how I got a crime stat. Are we trespassing?
Well, I mean, there's this guard here right in front of us. But I don't think I was moving. Oh,
I've gotten a failure to comply a couple of once. I thought it was totally unfair because, well, at that time I was in the middle of combat and I didn't hear him say anything.
Yeah, I mean, chill out, dude. I would of course try to land if there was anything that I could make that guy crash into. But right now we're in empty space. There's no such luck. Let's see, they're not going to bother us if we've got crime stat 1, though, right?
No, they shouldn't.
Didn't take the mission away.
Can you share the mission?
Oh, did you not get it?
Yeah, I didn't get it.
I will send it again. Here you go.
Accept. Occupants.
I think I might need to recalibrate my joysticks after I'm done streaming because it seems like it's giving me a little bit of default speed forward. Which, you know, not ideal.
Nope. Not ideal.
I want it to be 0 when I'm not trying to move.
Yeah.
All right, Voodoo Child, this is the moment you've been waiting for. You want to see an amazing landing? It's coming up in 18 kilometers. Master Modes does change the meta a little bit. Instead of throttling down at 10 kilometers, now you can get quite a bit closer and then switch to SCM mode because it basically acts like a really powerful space brake. I haven't done that on the Carrack yet, though, so I might have to be a little more conservative.
Yeah.
sure blame the... you know what? I can't look at chat right now. I need to do a perfect landing because we got Voodoo Child watching. And if there's anything he's going to clip, it's going to be me doing a bad landing. So I will not give him the satisfaction. And if I remember right, this riverbed is a decent place to land. So I'm going to maneuver over there.
Trying to see where I would get into the remote turret.
Beautiful. Like I was born to do this. What can I say? I'm an amazing pilot. I was born this way. And I'm not blaming the joystick calibration for my landings. I was simply saying that it probably contributed to us getting that crime set because I did not realize we were moving. But I'll take responsibility for that. I should have been paying attention. Somehow that bravo feels so condescending still. It probably is. Avert your eyes. The ramp is not hitting anything. We're fine. It's all good. Crap.
Oh, you may need to fix that before you get off.
I know. I'm not getting off. I also totally spaced it and did not set my spawn on the Carrack, so I will do that as well. Okay, so the ramp is on that little box.
That looks like success.
Yeah, that looks pretty good. As was said, any landing you don't respawn from is a good one.
Yeah.
We made it.
And if you can fly back in the same ship,
that's bonus points.
Yeah, even better. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
So we got hostiles around here. This time they seem like they're not falling off into some hazard and lying on their own.
That's good. This is where FPS scanning would come in real handy, huh?
Yeah.
Well, just gotta check buildings for any people, including civilians. Slaughter them all. Not just the men, but the women and the children too. Treat them like animals.
Yeah.
Something. Dark side. Nobody in this building. They're all going to be in one massive cluster. Just all hanging out in the same place. Oh, wait, I have just the thing for this.
We're going to throw a grenade at him, weren't you?
Yes.
Oh, you still throw your grenade.
That is the first grenade that I've thrown that actually did something. Except it didn't actually kill them. They desynced back. Oh, jeez. And heal up.
I'm getting a really low frame rate.
I am as well. Don't you worry.
Okay.
Oh, I don't like this. No, I don't want to go up the ladder. I want to run from the bullets. Okay, there's someone. There's at least one guy. Oh my gosh, that ladder again. There's at least one guy over near your position, Vader. He was shooting at me a second ago. He's got me pinned pretty bad.
Oh, he's shooting at me now.
Okay, I think I got him out. At least one of them. He's doing a little spin around before he dies.
Got him.
That's cute.
Yeah.
Someone's shooting at me over here? That doesn't seem accurate. I gotta say, the gunplay in 3.23 feels a lot better.
Uh-oh. I'm down.
Okay, I will come to you. Gotta stop this guy shooting at me first.
Yeah, take your time.
Okay.
You're getting like twice as many frames as I was. Shot.
Yeah, I think that's as high as I can get you.
Yep. I got a tier 1 arm injury.
Hey, you know, I know a cure for that.
Yeah.
Need some vitamin C.
Yeah. Well, in the absence of that, I think I'm going to self-administer some Roxafen.
I think we're actually going to finish this mission, dude. No. No, 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 no. Come on.
You get downed?
No, he's in the rock.
Oh.
Come on, guys.
Well, that's just me.
It's the last guy.
That is terrible.
I want to see if I can coax him into moving. Oh.
Can you use explosives?
Yeah, I tried the grenade, but he's not budging.
And we use... See, the character doesn't have missiles, does it? Moving in there.
Yeah, just not anywhere we want him to.
It's not out of the rock.
All right, chat. Any ideas? How do we get this guy?
He is right in the middle of that rock. If this was Deep Rock Galactic, I would know exactly how to get him.
From my perspective, your barrel's facing through. Is it possible you can shoot him, or is it...
That's what I was kind of wondering.
Okay, now you're shooting the rock. You're not in it anymore. Schlag says try melee.
4 meters away, though.
Not a prospector. Unfortunately, I don't think this is the kind of rock we can crack. Though I do appreciate the thinking. Let's see. I should have a few more nades.
Should I not be on top of this rock?
You should be fine where you are. He moved a bit. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the character. I'm gonna find out if it has any missiles. No missiles on Carrot. Well, shoot. It's not like the turrets are going to be much help, right?
Yeah, I don't think those would be any more helpful than the guns we've already got.
I mean, if you think about it, a ship is just one big missile if you time it right.
McCool, are you thinking what I'm thinking?
I mean,
you should not.
It would be one way to end the stream, that's for sure.
It would be one way to end the stream for sure.
No, we got to end on a win. I need one mission that completes for the mercenary tab.
Let's see. Definitely into the medical bed.
What is our server FPS right now? 5.5. It's not letting me interact with the medical menu. So I'm wondering if we're rolling over to a new server right now, or if it's deadlocked at the moment.
Yeah.
What if we try and smack him with the loading ramp?
Yeah, I don't know if that would work, but it could. It could.
It has a tendency to clip through things a little bit.
It does. Yeah, like with the extension of the loading ramp.
Yeah. Yeah, are you able to interact with the screen there?
You know, I wasn't able to interact with this screen earlier. I don't know why. Fix my arm from there?
It looks like I can. Maybe. Yes, I can select your injury.
Okay.
And it tells me what drugs to administer.
Great.
But it's not letting me actually do anything for it.
Well, yeah, Star Citizen's in a mood tonight, isn't it?
Uh-huh. It's just an arm. You have two of them.
You know, I think that would be good enough.
Okay, doors do still work, so we got that going for us. Okay, I want to give the loading ramp a shot, see if we can nudge them out.
Okay.
What was I using that all day?
All right. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna get in that cargo room. Okay.
He's still in the rock.
There's a freelancer.
Yeah, he just showed up a second ago. I mean, we're hitting these light poles.
Yeah.
But we're not really hitting them.
That's the rock.
It is the rock.
Think if we went away and came back, that he might respawn?
I think it'll just take it away from us. Like, we'll just fail the mission.
Oh.
But we can at least end on a win. We can do... let's see. I'll put it up to a vote in chat. Self-destruct or assist in defending site? And then gotta wait a few seconds for people to hear that and then be able to respond.
Yeah. Oh, Schlag and Voodoo are voting? Oh, no.
Yeah, I have a feeling I know what it's going to be.
Oh, no.
Looks like Freelancer's gone, though, so I think we're good. All right, that's one vote for self-destruct. Is anyone going to save our souls? We got one for defend.
All right. Abstain?
You can't abstain from a vote. Okay, the Freelancer is gone. I do not see the Freelancer, so I think we're okay on that. I'm going to move forward, because if we're going to self-destruct, I want it to be right on top of this guy. Okay.
No guarantee on the rock goblin.
All right, hold on. We want that door to stay open, Schlag. I'm gonna try and survive this. I'm gonna hit the self-destruct, and then I'm gonna try and run to the ramp and get out of here.
Okay, ramp is open.
Okay, self-destruct is it's just backspace, isn't it?
Yeah, hold backspace. Okay. All is survivable.
Run. Run, baby, run. Open the door, please. Please open doors.
It was open.
No, not you. It's just the door that I was at was it was being slow.
The ramp closed itself when you did that.
No, did it really? No!
Oh. Hey, you're out of the ship. Objective complete.
No, did it work?
It worked.
We did it!
Woo!
All right. End on a win.
I was watching it blow up. It didn't actually animate it very well. It just kind of fell apart, and then the guy died.
Yeah, that's what I saw too. But you know what? I don't care. It worked.
It worked. That's a win.
Some might say it's the biggest win you've ever seen. People tell me all the time, they're like, wow, you are such a winner. And I say, no. All of us, we're all winners.
I'm not such a winner. I'm
Oh, that's good.
all right.
Okay, well, you know what? I feel like that is a high note to end on. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for hanging out on the stream, all those that are watching. Don't forget, Will says that he was going to watch the entire VOD and then post his thoughts in one big thread. So keep an eye out for that. I know I will. And until next time, this is Odd Job Entertainment signing off.